Good morning, 7th grade. Today is Wednesday, March 25th. I'd like to take a minute to welcome you back and welcome you to e-learning. Hopefully things will look pretty much the same as they normally do in class. We're going to be going through some examples. I'll be expecting you to take notes and participating in the best way that you can. You'll hear me say throughout the video, you pause the video, try these examples. I'll be doing the same on my end, so when I pause the video and things come back on, you'll see some video magic, meaning the math problems will be done. But you really should try to complete the examples and then check your answers after you unpause the video. So I'm going to pause the video now and I'm going to move it into the notebook. So I'll be right back. All right. So I turned the camera around, so now it is focused on our handy dandy notebooks. And we're going to start with 15.1, Outcomes and Events. That's Chapter 15, Section 1. Remember, usually the first section in any chapter is something that you have seen previously. So if this section seems a little easy, that's probably why. So, of course, we'll start with our vocabulary. And the first word we have is experiment. An experiment is an investigation or a procedure that has varying results. You guys have all done some type of experiment, especially this year with science fair. Outcomes. Those are possible results of an experiment. That should have no S at the end. Sorry about that. Event. A collection of one or more outcomes. And favorable outcomes, the outcomes of a specific event. So you're going to want to copy these into your notebook. You're going to refer back to these throughout the lesson and as you're completing the assignment. All right, so here's our first example we're going to look at here. We've got possible outcomes. So we're going to pretend these are marbles. So our possible outcomes, we have a purple marble, a blue marble, a green, an orange, a red, and another green, right? These are all marbles. So the event that we're going to talk about is choosing a green marble. And the number of favorable outcomes, remember that's the outcomes of a specific event. So the number of favorable outcomes of getting a green marble is going to be 2. So you want to add a 2 right here in your notes. Okay. All right, identifying outcomes. So you roll a number cube or a die. It's numbered 1 through 6. What are the possible outcomes? Remember, that's the possible results of an experiment. So I'm going to pause the video. I'd like you to do the same. And I'd like you to think about and write down, what are the possible outcomes of rolling a number cube? So the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means when you roll a dice, it could be one of those. Those are the possible outcomes when you roll a number cube. All right, let's turn to the next page. All right, 2 more questions for this. So we're still using that number cube. Okay, so what are the favorable outcomes of rolling an even number? And what are the favorable outcomes of rolling a number greater than 5? Okay, I'm going to pause the video. I'd like you to do the same and see if you can answer that. All right. So, the favorable outcomes of rolling an even number. So remember, a favorable outcome is the outcome of a specific event. So our specific event is rolling an even number. So when you look or think about a 6-sided number cube, you have even or not even. So your even would be 2, 4, 6. Your not even would be 1, 3, 5. So the favorable outcomes of the event are rolling a 2, a 4, or a 6. Okay. The second question was, what are the favorable outcomes of rolling a number greater than 5? So you have greater than 5 and you have less than 5. Greater than 5, that's going to be 6. Less than 5 is going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. Well, this should be not greater than 5. Let's change that. Not greater. Not greater than 5. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the favorable outcome of rolling a number greater than 5 is going to be rolling a 6. Okay. Next example. So we have a spinner. Look at this. Let me get it positioned for you. I have a feeling as we do this more and more, the videos will get easier to do. So just bear with me this first one, please. Okay, so we have a spinner that's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. There are 4 red. There is 1 purple, 1 green, and 2 blue, just in case it's hard to see that on the video. Okay, so we're going to answer these 3 questions. How many possible outcomes are there? Question 2, in how many ways can spinning red occur? Question 3, in how many ways can spinning not purple occur? So I'm going to suggest again that you pause the video, get some of these notes and examples into your notebook, and then we will work on answering these questions. So again, pause your video now. All right, so how many possible outcomes are there? Well, there are 8. There's 8 sections to the spinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 possible outcomes. In how many ways can spinning red occur? Well, we've got 4 red sections, so therefore there are 4 possible ways that spinning red could happen. In how many ways can spinning not purple occur? Well, there's only 1 space with purple, so therefore there has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ways that spinning not purple could occur. Okay. All right, let's look at question 4. So you're still going to use that same spinner. So what are the favorable outcomes of not spinning purple? The favorable outcomes of spinning not purple. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video again. I'd like you to do the same and complete the question. Okay, so again, what are the favorable outcomes of spinning not purple? Well, on our spinner, we have purple or not purple. So under purple, we have purple, because purple is purple. So not purple. Remember in question 3, we said in how many ways can spinning not purple occur? And that's going to be 7. So now you're going to name those. It's going to be red, 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 blue, blue, and green. So those are all the favorable outcomes of spinning not purple. Okay, at this time, I'd like you to go to your textbook and complete the on your own question on page 635, and it's number 2. So pause the video, complete on your own, page 635, number 2, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so on page 635, number 2, It says you randomly choose a marble. So how many possible outcomes are there? So what you're going to do is count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 possible outcomes. B, in how many ways can choosing blue occur? Well, there's 2 blue ones, so that's going to be 2 ways. In how many ways can choosing not yellow occur? Okay, so we're going to look. There's 3 yellow ones. We don't want those, so we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 ways. And what are the favorable outcomes of choosing not yellow? So now you're going to name those. Blue, blue, green, red, and purple. So hopefully you got those right. If not, hopefully you understand why you didn't. Okay, I'm going to put the notebook back under to give you your assignment. So hang tight for just a second. All right, so here's your assignment. You need to go to Schoology and complete the following. There's 2 things on there for you to complete. Number 1 is going to be an exit ticket that is labeled Outcomes and Events. And the second thing that you're going to complete is 15.1 Outcomes and Events textbook assignment. So the problems that are posted in Schoology are definitely problems out of your textbook. They might be worded, they might look a little slightly different, not much though. So if you have not registered for Schoology, you need to make sure you reach out to me so we can get you going in the right direction with that. And I'd also like to add that between the lesson and the video and taking your notes, your lessons should take about an hour. If they're not taking close to an hour, then you're probably not spending quite enough time doing, don't rush through the lessons is what I'm trying to say. Okay, you guys have a great work ethic, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Just got to put that out there. And if you need help with anything at all, please make sure you reach out to Mrs. Bianco or myself, because we are definitely here to help you. And congratulations on completing your first e-lesson.